Hello. Okay. The 20 pounds, not 30, 20 pounds assignment, I give it every year. And it is inspired by page 30 of All But My Life. So if you want to take a look at that with me, you can. It says, 2 weeks passed. Then one day, late in November, the mailman stopped. He delivered a printed card ordering all Jews to report on Monday, December 2nd, 1939, at 6 o'clock in the morning, to an armory on Hermann Goring Strasse. Each person was allowed 20 pounds of clothing. All valuable objects, money, and keys to closets clearly tagged to indicate to which lock they belonged should be put on a table in the front hall of each house. Violators of this order would be punished by death. So our goal is to consider, if you had to leave your home, what would you take with you? What would you need? What would you want? And always, every year that I've presented this assignment, I've always got kids who are like, that's never going to happen. Why would I do this? I don't want to spend my time on this. I will never have to leave my house at the drop of a hat. Did we or did we not just have an earthquake? And how many of you packed a bag, or your mom packed a bag for you, or somewhere in the house there is a bag for you to take if you were to have to leave at a moment's notice? So hopefully some of you already have a bag packed. All you'll have to do is tell me what's inside of that bag, discuss its importance, why you think it's necessary for you to take, and the considerations that you made. So what I'm going to do is show you my bag. I repacked my bag this year. I've had just a really basic emergency kit. This is one that you can like buy already put together, and I had added a few things to it over the years, but this year, with the possibility that I really could have to leave my home for a bit, I packed differently, and I made sure that I had stuff that I really would like. And so now I'm gonna pack my backpacking backpack. It's not enormous, but it's a little bit bigger and will fit things a little bit better than that emergency bag. It still is 20 pounds, regardless of which bag I pack. So, okay, I'll show you what it looks like. I'm not gonna go into depth explaining this because it'll make the video too long, and I want you guys to do the thinking on why you would pack the items that you would, but I do want you to have a sort of little example of what it is that I packed. One thing I do want to mention is that what you're wearing does not have to count against your 20 pounds. That doesn't mean that you pull a Joey and put on all of your clothes and try and cheat the system. I really want you to think about this and what you would take, how you can make this useful, and be ready to go if you needed to go. That being said, I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt. I have real pants on for the first time this quarantine, unfortunately, and then I'm wearing boots. So like some good hefty boots. I also keep my good coat next to the door with this bag so that if I had to leave, then I could leave quickly. So this has like a down coat on the inside and then like the shell outer layer. So it's by far my best and most versatile coat, so that's the one that I would take. Okay, let's start packing. First thing I have is a first aid kit. Pretty self-explanatory, but there you go. It's a first aid kit. I'm going to put that in the bottom of my bag. Next thing I have is an extra pair of shoes. So these are not lookers, they're not special, but they're super comfortable, and if I had to do a lot of walking, I could do it. So I'll put my shoes in next. Okay, you don't need to see this one. It's underwear, so don't forget to pack underwear. Got that in that bag there. This one is my clothing. So I've got a down coat. It packs really tiny, but it's super warm. My cousin works for Black Diamond and gave me a fancy thing. I've got two pairs of just like the dinky, whatever, gloves, right? Just a little something that I could wear. I've got an extra pair of socks in here. They are wool socks because they'll stay warm even if they get cold. I've got two pairs of like athletic pants and two t-shirts for my extra clothing, which isn't a lot, but I could survive, right? I could be washing clothes while I'm wearing one and whatever, and it's doable. I also put all my stuff in packing cubes because I hate not being able to get the stuff that I need out of my bag, and it's who I am. So there we go. All right, Next up is a water purifier. This is a really cool one that has all the, here's what it looks like. It's got this stuff, right? So all the things you need. I have a Life straw. I do. I cannot find it to save my life. So I think really that I left it at school for this demonstration that I do every year. Normally, obviously, I would do this in class in front of everybody. So I think that it's there, and I'm so annoyed. But I'll have to order another one on Amazon, but it doesn't count for this assignment. You must own everything that you put in your bag. You can't say, I would take a water purifier if you don't have a water purifier. It's what you're actually packing in your bag is the only thing that you can list on there. I should tell you what this is. This is a foam mattress. Blow up, not foam. It's a blow up ground pad thing to sleep on. This is a towel. It's a little tiny microfiber towel. I have a couple of these. I take them with me when I travel so that I can have just an itty bitty towel, not a huge like beach towel. This is a tent, believe it or not. It's a teeny tiny little bitty tent. If I had a backpacking tent, I would take it, but I don't, so I can't. All right, I've got 2 ponchos to stay dry if need be. This is food, emergency food rations. So you would eat a square and it's enough calories for, it tells you on here, certain number of days and whatnot. So it'll keep you alive. I'm sure it doesn't taste good. I've never tried it, but we'll keep you alive for a while. The emergency kit came with that one. Okay, last thing as far as bedding is this teeny tiny little blow up pillow. So it came with the bag. All right, so next up we've got I've got Cliff Bars and some things like that. I just didn't want them loose, so I put them in here with the toilet paper. So consider hygiene and how you're going to take care of business. Ladies, you should consider feminine hygiene, bringing that along. Okay, and this little guy, I've got all the like small miscellaneous things. Okay, this is a 7-in-1 survival whistle. It is storage, a thermometer, a magnifier, a mirror for signaling, a flashlight, a whistle, and a compass. So useful. Okay, I've got duct tape. When my mom made our emergency kits, she gave each of us our own duct tape in our own color. So purple was my favorite color back then. Also, she added some Tums, very sweet of her. This is a flashlight. I made the mistake earlier of pressing the buttons at the wrong time, but it does 1,000 different functions and is magnetic and I don't know, all the things. So I've got that. I've got a mask because obviously we need that right now. These are blankets, little emergency blankets. You wrap up like a baked potato. Pocket knife. If you are planning, like you would actually bring weapons, if you've got a pocket knife, you can include that and talk about that. But if it is a firearm for this assignment, please do not get out or do anything with a firearm. All you would do is write down on a piece of paper what, firearm or whatever, and then you set that with your stuff when you take your picture. Do not actually have a firearm in your picture, please. If you've got like a Nerf gun or something like that that you want to have represented, that's okay, but it is not okay for you to be touching firearms. I hope that's obvious, but I'm gonna say it anyway just to cover my bases. Okay, I've got some waterproof matches, some twine. This is meant to hold up your tent. I think I would need to improve on this, I'll be honest. I've got some Tylenol, and then remember, if you take any prescriptions, you need to consider that. And this can be a real thing that you prepare a bag. So you might want to think about getting some extras, like an extra month's worth of any prescriptions that you take so that you can be prepared and you can like keep them in the bag and not have to, at the drop of a hat or in an emergency or earthquake or whatever's happening, have to try and go find prescriptions. So if you can have some ready to go, that would be a better option. Okay. Jetboil, if any of you are familiar, there are a lot of different types. What are these called? Portable camp cooker things. So this will boil water that you can then cook with, and there's a little thing that goes on top of it that you could cook with as well. So that will go in here on the top. The last things that I included, I've got my wallet here that has like vital information, so health insurance. This is a tiny passport. I have my actual passport as well that I would take with me if I needed to leave, and then I have some cash, so I keep some essentials that if I needed to leave at the drop of a hat, they'd be in here. This isn't everything. I also have like just my purse that I carry, right? So I would grab that and bring it along. So the assignment talks about not only your physical survival, which is the stuff that I've packed in here already, but also your mental and emotional survival. So I don't have a lot packed for that. I would take my phone and hope that I could continue to see pictures on it and things like that, so I would need to pack a charger and a way to handle that and whatever. But I do have in here, so like I said, my mom packed our original bags and I'm just repacking a new different one. She put in there a Christmas card for all of us so that we could have a picture of our family. This is out of date. It doesn't even have my nephew or sister-in-law in it, so there's that. And then she also wrote each of us a letter, so I would take those with me as well for the emotional side of things. So just some things to consider. That's what I packed in my bag. And don't ask how this miracle happened, but I went in and weighed this bag. The way that you weigh it is weigh yourself first without the backpack, and then weigh yourself with the backpack, subtract it, and that's how much the bag weighs. This weighs exactly 20 pounds. So I'm real impressed with myself and have already told the whole world about it. So stick to your 20 pounds. Consider the things that you would have to cut. You'll also want to consider like what's not in this bag. Like I don't have a whole lot of food. So like the things that I have might not be the things that you will pack. So keep that in mind. I hope this demonstration was helpful, and I hope that this assignment can be meaningful and you can have something that helps you to feel better. I feel better. I sleep better at night knowing that this bag is sitting by the door in case I need to skedaddle. So I hope it can do the same for you and that you find meaning in this assignment.